rolling down the tinted windows on the coastal highway drive, feeling incredibly grateful simply to be breathing and alive. The July sunshine is melting all my heavy accumulated guilt, dismantling the tall defensive walls that I previously built, forgiving the past lovers who completely broke my fragile trust, leaving all the bitter resentment permanently in the roadside dust.
August heat is sweating out the incredibly toxic negative thought, realizing the phenomenally valuable lessons that my failures taught, watching the seagulls dive spectacularly into the sparkling bay, knowing that my monumental mistakes are finally washed away.
Ice cubes are melting rapidly inside my tall, refreshing glass, watching the incredibly beautiful, optimistic scenery roll past. Solstice brings the heat, making life complete. Winter is erased, bitterness replaced. Summer redemption, clearing the slate under the blazing blue sky, refusing to spend another moment wondering exactly how or why, basking in the incredibly warm, phenomenally healing solar ray, letting the gentle coastal breeze completely blow the pain away. This Pacific season offers a spectacular, unmerited second chance, inviting my deeply scarred soul to a wonderfully joyful new dance.
Yo, parking the convertible directly up on the soft white sand, walking confidently forward without needing to hold a hand. The thermometer is rising, but my temper is completely cool, graduating successfully from the incredibly harsh societal school.
Sunflowers are turning their yellow faces toward the massive light. Everything that was previously wrong is finally feeling entirely right.
Applying the Susan aloe vera onto my previously burned skin, ready to let the next incredibly beautiful chapter finally begin. Taking a phenomenally deep, remarkably cleansing lung full of air, removing the incredibly heavy, unnecessary burdens I used to bear, laughing loudly at the incredibly silly things I used to deeply fear, recognizing that my emotional vision is now spectacularly clear. Solstice brings the heat, making life complete. Winter is erased, bitterness replaced. Summer redemption, clearing the slate under the blazing blue sky, refusing to spend another moment wondering exactly how or why, basking in the incredibly warm, phenomenally healing solar ray, letting the gentle coastal breeze completely blow the pain away. This Pacific season offers a spectacular, unmerited second chance, inviting my deeply scarred soul to a wonderfully joyful new dance. Seasons consistently changing, so do our incredibly complex minds, leaving the freezing, isolating, and punishing darkness far behind. Let the glorious equinox reset your entirely damaged, weary heart, granting you a spectacularly beautiful, remarkably fresh new start. Soak it in, feel the sun. Pain is over, life's begun. Summer redemption, clearing the slate under the blazing blue sky, refusing to spend another moment wondering exactly how or why, basking in the incredibly warm, phenomenally healing solar ray,
guard soul to a wonder feet joyful. New dance, sunset slow, healing done, smiling brightly, having fun. Yeah. Leaping effortlessly across the massive falling log, emerging stealthily from the dense morning fog, pulsing with the feral, deeply instinctual energy, unleashing a terrifying, beautiful raw synergy. Claws extending sharply to grip the slippery moss, proving completely who is the undeniable boss.
Howling loudly at the crescent glowing lunar sphere, operating entirely without the concept of fear. Muscles contracting rapidly in a synchronized flex, engaging in a ritual that is remarkably complex.
Bouncing suddenly upon the unsuspecting target, leaving the domesticated civilized life to forget. Heartbeats racing fast in heat, visions cast and immortal inside, nowhere left to hide. Savage growth dictating every single physical move, having absolutely nothing left to formally prove. Sweating profusely while swinging from the highest vine, blurring the human and the biological boundary line, surrendering entirely to the chaotic primal beat, stomping the forest floor with incredibly wild feet.
Roaring powerfully to establish dominance today, scaring the weaker, cowardly competitors away. Camouflage perfectly among the vibrant green leaves, stealing the momentum like a pack of cunning thieves. Adrenaline pumping forcefully through the bulging vein, releasing the ferocious beast from its rusty chain.
Shedding the restrictive garments of polite society, embracing this wonderful chaotic notoriety, biting into the metaphorical juicy forbidden fruit, following the ancient ancestral biological route, panting heavily from the intense acrobatic exertion, enjoying the spectacular uninhibited diversion. Heartbeats racing fast in heat, visions cast and immortal inside, nowhere left to hide. Savage growth dictating every single physical move, having absolutely nothing left to formally prove. Sweating profusely while swinging from the highest vine, blurring the human and the biological boundary line, surrendering entirely to the chaotic primal beat, stomping the forest floor with incredibly wild feet. Logic is completely useless inside the deep wild, reverting immediately to the untamed feral child. Let the aggressive tempo manipulate your spine, drink deeply from the jungle's intoxicating wine. Breathe deep, let it out, show your teeth, scream and shout. Savage groove dictating every single physical move, having absolutely nothing left to formally prove. Sweating profusely while swinging from the highest vine, blurring the human and the biological boundary line, surrendering entirely to the chaotic primal beat, stomping the forest floor incredibly wild. Feet beast away, jungle shakes, savage rhythm never breaks. Polishing the leather dancing shoes until they absolutely shine. Stepping completely over the boring, restrictive, invisible line. Entering the crowded dance hall with a remarkably fierce intent, ensuring that every single ounce of my kinetic energy is spent. Skirts are flying dangerously high with every sudden rapid twirl, becoming the most unstoppable, fiercely energetic, confident girl.
Adjusting the brim of my incredibly stylish vintage fedora hat, moving across the floorboard quicker than a frightened alley cat. Wearing a remarkably sharp, highly tailored black and white suit, kicking a phenomenal rhythm with my heavy steel-toed boots. Sweat is pouring heavily down my deeply exhausted, smiling face, keeping the ridiculously fast, phenomenally demanding upbeat pace. Horns are blowing loud, jumping in the crowd, tempo running hot, giving all we got. Golden skank, demanding every single person to get up and move. Caught entirely within this phenomenally aggressive, happy groove, bouncing incredibly high up on the heavily scuffed wooden floor, screaming at the exhausted band to play a little something more. Music is the absolute best medicine for a phenomenally heavy heart, tearing the incredibly boring, mundane reality completely apart. Spinning my exhausted partner with a highly coordinated dizzy spin, refusing to let the incredibly miserable worldly problems win. The snare drum is cracking violently like a heavily whiplash, watching the phenomenally loud, brilliantly shiny cymbals crash. Adrenaline is flooding rapidly through my entirely frantic vein, ignoring the incredibly sharp, wonderfully physical muscle pain.
Heels are clicking furiously, exactly upon the syncopated beat, generating a phenomenally intense, remarkably localized heat, catching my ragged breath during the remarkably brief saxophone solo, dipping incredibly fast, dangerously and spectacularly deeply low. The entire room is vibrating from the incredibly massive sound, lifting my tired feet completely off the heavily stomped ground. Horns are blowing loud, jumping in the crowd, tempo running hot, giving all we got. Golden skank, demanding every single person to get up and move. Caught entirely within this phenomenally aggressive, happy groove, bouncing incredibly high up on the heavily scuffed wooden floor, screaming at the exhausted band to play a little something more. Music is the absolute best medicine for a phenomenally heavy heart, tearing the incredibly boring, mundane reality completely apart. Oh, lively heart, tearing the incredibly boring mundane reality completely apart. Keep on jumping, skank all night. Everything is feeling right. Snorkeling gently above the magnificent pink polyps, fascinated by the symbiotic, delicate marine relationships, observing the anemone swaying perfectly in the shallow tide, where the tiny neon-colored clownfish playfully hide, filtering the pure sunlight through the turquoise clear bay, preserving this ecological masterpiece in every possible way.
Guarding the fragile calcium structures from the anchor's drop, ensuring the destructive, careless human interference will stop. Swimming effortlessly alongside the graceful ancient sea turtle, jumping over every single environmental
hazardous hurdle, appreciating the stunning biodiversity of the living reef, finding immense therapeutic and undeniable emotional relief. Fins are gliding slow, watch the flora glow, protecting what we see, perfect harmony. Coral jewels are sparkling vibrantly beneath the glassy surface, serving a highly important and ecologically vital purpose, embracing the responsibility to keep the habitat pristine, witnessing the most spectacular, breathtaking underwater scene. Our love is deeply rooted like the spectacular living sponge, taking a simultaneous, completely dedicated, romantic plunge.
Documenting the incredibly rare spotted stingray passing by, reflecting the beautiful azure tint
Of the tropical sky,
nurturing the aquatic garden with the passionate,
tender care,
realizing that this spectacular ecosystem is phenomenally rare. Cleaning the microscopic debris from the branching fragile arms, protecting the territory from all potential looming harms, floating weightlessly within this magnificent salty embrace, occupying a wonderfully vibrant, entirely magical space. Kelp forests dancing rhythmically to the ocean's gentle hum, listening to the remarkably subtle, natural underwater drum, translating the silent poetry of the diverse aquatic life, eradicating any unnecessary mainland terrestrial strife. Fins are gliding slow, watch the flora glow, protecting what we see, perfect harmony. Coral jewels sparkling vibrantly beneath the glassy surface, serving a highly important and ecologically vital purpose, embracing the responsibility to keep the habitat pristine, witnessing the most spectacular, breathtaking underwater scene. Our love is deeply rooted like the spectacular living sponge, taking the simultaneous, completely dedicated, romantic plunge. Let us permanently shield this invaluable oceanic treasure. The beauty contained herein is entirely beyond human measure. If we nurture the environment, it will surely nurture us back, keeping this biological, magnificent wonderland perfectly on track. Dive deep
Swim near, water clean, vision clear. Coral jewels sparkling vibrantly beneath the glassy surface, serving a highly important and ecologically vital purpose. Embracing the responsibility to keep the habitat pristine. Witnessing the most spectacular, breathtaking underwater scene. Our love is deeply rooted like a spectacular living sponge, taking a simultaneous, completely dedicated, romantic plunge. Protect the reef, love the sea. Coral shines for you and me. Guiding the weary caravan across the barren frontier, wiping away every single drop of collective inherited tear, carrying the heavy responsibility upon my aching shoulder, watching the youngest generations grow significantly older, pointing my wooden staff towards the distant promised peak, providing a powerful voice for the marginalized and the meek.
Navigating the treacherous valleys and the treacherous slopes, bearing the unbelievable weight of a million fragile hopes, refusing to abandon the stragglers, falling behind the line, seeking constantly for a divine, validating heavenly sign. The diadem of leadership is forged from suffering and pain, enduring the harshness of the freezing torrential rain.
Mountains standing tall, hear the righteous call, crossing borderlines, reading sacred signs. Exodus crown resting heavily upon a designated head, ensuring that the migrating population is adequately fed, leading the chosen people directly out of the captive state, overcoming the terrifying obstacles of a cruel, unjust fate, marching consistently toward our designated holy sanctuary, writing a completely brand new, glorious vocabulary.
Parting the dangerous rivers with a steadfast iron resolve, watching the enemy's oppressive wicked strategies dissolve, standing at the absolute forefront of this massive migration, building the fundamental pillars of a liberated nation, ignoring the cynical critics and the treacherous betrayals, sailing forward without needing any conventional sails.
Healing the blistered souls with soothing botanical balm, singing ancient hymns to maintain a necessary unified calm. Prophecies are unfolding exactly as the elders foretold, witnessing the courage of the community becoming bold, leaving the monumental pyramids of slavery in the dust, operating solely on a profound, unshakable mutual trust. Mountains standing tall, hear the righteous call, crossing borderlines, reading sacred signs. Exodus crown resting heavily upon the designated head, ensuring that the migrating population is adequately fed. future is firmly planted upon this newly discovered ground. The tyrannical pharaohs have permanently lost their grip. We have successfully survived this arduous epic trip. Step forward, do not yield. Claim the land, plant the field. Claim the land, plant the field. Exodus, crown resting heavily upon a designated head, ensuring that the migrating population is adequately fed. Leading the chosen people directly out of the captive state, overcoming the terrifying obstacles of a cruel, unjust fate. Marching consistently toward our designated holy sanctuary, writing a completely brand new, glorious vocabulary. Journey ends, freedom rings, peasants rise, crowned as kings. Inheriting the remarkably beautiful, phenomenally pristine beach, keeping the most valuable lessons comfortably within our reach. Our bloodlines contain an incredibly noble, deeply resilient trace, projecting a remarkably dignified, phenomenally unshakable grace. We do not require diamonds to validate our undeniable self-worth. We are the legitimate, highly respected inheritors of this earth.
The vast ocean serves flawlessly as a protective, magnificent moat, standing incredibly tall inside my remarkably humble woven coat. Wealth is entirely measured by the deeply unified, strong community, rejecting the incredibly toxic, highly divisive global disunity. Palm trees act perfectly as our spectacularly tall green flags, refusing to be defined by our historically torn, impoverished race. Pastors standing straight, masters of our fate, dignity is shown, sitting on the throne. Island royalty commanding respect without needing a violent sword. Speaking in a phenomenally beautified sovereigns of this remarkably beautiful, magnificent archipelago, carrying our incredible pride everywhere we physically choose to go. True kings and queens serve their people with an absolute devotion, governing this remarkably peaceful, incredibly beautiful blue ocean. Passing down profound wisdom instead of meaningless paper currency, addressing the community issues with a deeply compassionate urgency. Elders are treated remarkably like the highest supreme diplomats, sitting comfortably up on the intricately woven traditional floor maps. Our majestic lineage is phenomenally recorded in the coastal sand, protecting the absolute integrity of our highly sacred native land.
Holding my chin incredibly high despite the heavy historical trial, greeting the incredibly harsh world with a phenomenally warm smile. The mountains are remarkably sturdy, entirely natural fortress. I am a fiercely independent, highly educated, phenomenally incredibly vital currency that must be correctly earned, applying the phenomenally difficult lessons that we deeply learned. Posture standing straight, masters of our fate, dignity is shown, sitting on the throne. Island royalty commanding respect without needing a violent sword. Speaking in a phenomenally unified, beautified, sovereigns of this remarkably beautiful, magnificent archipelago, carrying our incredible pride everywhere we physically choose to go. True kings and queens serve their people with an absolute devotion, governing this remarkably peaceful, incredibly beautiful blue ocean. Remarkably royal blood, we have miraculously survived the incredibly massive historical flood. Let our absolute nobility shine brightly through our everyday action, remaining completely immune to the incredibly petty global distraction. Crown your mind, rule your heart, respect without needing a violent sword. Speaking in a phenomenally unified, beautified, sovereigns of this remarkably beautiful, magnificent archipelago, carrying our incredible pride everywhere we physically choose to go. True kings and queens serve their people with an absolute devotion, governing this remarkably peaceful, incredibly beautiful blue ocean. Reign, reign forever, island span, royalty of the sand. Inheriting the remarkably beautiful, phenomenally pristine beach, keeping the most valuable lessons comfortably within our reach. Our bloodlines contain an incredibly noble, deeply resilient trace, projecting a remarkably dignified, phenomenally unshakable grace. We do not require diamonds to validate our undeniable self-worth. We are the legitimate, highly respected inheritors of this earth.
The vast ocean serves flawlessly as our protective,
magnificent moat, standing incredibly tall inside my remarkably humble woven coat. Wealth is entirely measured by the deeply unified, strong community, rejecting the incredibly toxic, highly divisive global disunity. Palm trees act perfectly as our spectacularly tall green flags, refusing to be defined by our historically torn, impoverished rags. descending rapidly into the pitch black freezing aquatic void, where the conventional sense of direction is totally destroyed. Switching on the powerful waterproof halogen flashlight, piercing the incredibly dense oppressive underwater night, floating silently past the jagged, terrifying limestone cave, right in the terrifying undercurrent of the deepest wave.
Nocturnal predators emerging from the hidden rocky lair, sensing a foreign presence in the heavily pressurized air. Giant moray eels exposing their incredibly sharp, crooked teeth, guarding the undiscovered mysteries buried underneath. Checking the oxygen gauge strapped tightly to my rubber wrist, swimming cautiously through the murky
biological mist. Water turning cold, bravest of the bold. Sonar echoes bounce, waiting for the pounce. Midnight reef, hiding secrets in the terrifying dark abyss, experiencing a highly dangerous adrenaline-fueled bliss, navigating the treacherous drop-off without a protective cage, witnessing the ocean displaying its magnificent silent rage, surrounded by the glowing bioluminescent plankton swarm, surviving the unseen, incredibly massive underwater storm.
Barracuda circling rapidly within the narrow peripheral view, displaying a remarkably intimidating silver hue, communicating effectively using highly specific hand signals, observing the beautifully strange alien-like
sea individuals. The rhythmic sound of my own breathing dominates my ear, conquering the deeply embedded instinctual human fear. Hovering weightlessly above the incredibly deep plunging trench, overcoming the incredibly strong, paralyzing, fearful clench. Jellyfish posing gracefully with the highly toxic neon glow, drifting wherever the powerful, unpredictable currents flow. The surface is an unimaginable, incredibly distant memory, lost completely inside this terrifying aquatic sensory. Water turning cold, bravest of the bold. Sonar echoes bounce, waiting for the pounce. Midnight reef, hiding secrets in the terrifying dark abyss, experiencing a highly dangerous adrenaline-fueled bliss, navigating the treacherous drop-off without a protective cage, witnessing the ocean displaying its magnificent silent rage, surrounded by the glowing bioluminescent plankton swarm, surviving the unseen, incredibly massive underwater storm. Invading this nocturnal, hostile space, respect the terrifying sovereignty of the deep blue unknown, where the predatory rulers sit upon their coral throne. Sink down deep, lights go out, in the dark, without a doubt. Midnight reef, hiding secrets in the terrifying dark abyss, experiencing a highly dangerous adrenaline-fueled bliss, navigating the treacherous drop-off without a protective cage, witnessing the ocean displaying its magnificent silent rage, surrounded by the glowing bioluminescent plankton swarm, surviving the unseen, incredibly massive underwater storm. Swim to the top, pressure drops, midnight dive, never stops. inscribed upon the fallen mossy timber log, surrounded completely by the thick descending evening fog, singing softly without needing an amplified microphone, revealing a beautifully raw and deeply vulnerable tone. Sparks are drifting lazily toward the starry canopy, experiencing a moment of pure, unplugged humanity.
Tuning the wooden pegs until the pitch is crystal clear, creating a remarkably safe comfort fear. No tangled cables or electronic pedals on the ground, relying entirely upon this organic, stripped down sound.
Fingertips developing calluses from the heavy steel string, remembering the exact reason why we initially chose to sing. Wood begins to ash, no superficial flash, voices harmonize underneath the skies. A crystal flame burning warmly in the center of the ring, appreciating the simple joy that these melodies can bring. Stripped of the heavy production in the studio disguise, staring deeply into your illuminated, mesmerizing eyes. Let the unamplified vibration resonate inside the chest, finding our ultimate sanctuary and a peaceful place to rest.
Passing the battered instrument to the incredibly talented friend, hoping this magnificent private concert will never end. Harmonicas whining sweetly in a minor bluesy key, unlocking a profound internal emotional degree. Shadows are dancing
Playfully against the tall pine trees, feeling a refreshing, remarkably gentle midnight breeze. Snapping our fingers perfectly onto the offbeat rhythm, shining our genuine talent through a transparent prism, clapping our hands to provide the necessary percussion, engaging in a beautiful, highly musical discussion. The campfire provides the only illumination that we need, planting a remarkably beautiful collaborative seed. Wood begins to ash, no superficial flash, voices harmonize underneath the skies. A crystal flame burning warmly in the center of the ring, appreciating the simple joy that these melodies can bring. Stripped of the heavy production in the studio disguise, staring deeply into your illuminated, mesmerizing eyes. Let the unamplified vibration resonate inside the chest, finding our ultimate sanctuary and a peaceful place to rest. Electricity is completely unnecessary when the soul is bright. We are capturing the pure essence of the starry night. Let the organic frequencies heal the complicated mind, leaving the highly manufactured artificial world behind. Strum the chord, hum the tune, sing it loud to the moon. Acoustic flame burning warmly in the center of the ring, appreciating the simple joy that these melodies can bring. Oh, stripped of the heavy production from the drooping branch, standing alone upon this incredibly quiet, isolated ranch. Sticky nectar staining my fingertips, a deep, vibrant pink, giving me entirely too much uninterrupted time to think. The orchard is overflowing with a phenomenally sweet aroma, sinking deeply into a lethargic, highly emotional coma.
Sitting silently upon a splintered wooden rocking chair, missing a beautiful companion who previously was there. Flies are buzzing constantly around the fallen, rotting crop, wishing this relentless, agonizing heartbreak would stop biting into the flesh. But it only tastes like profound regret, trying incredibly hard to move forward and simply forget. Basket is full, heart feels the pull, sugar and pain, crying in vain. Guava blue singing a melancholy agricultural song, wondering exactly where this relationship went so wrong. Mixing the culinary sweetness with the highly bitter tear, living completely trapped inside this lonely atmosphere. The harvest is bountiful, but my soul is completely starved, looking at your initials that we permanently carved. Baking a traditional pie, but having nobody to share a slice, paying an incredibly steep, emotionally devastating price. The kitchen is completely silent except for the ticking clock, staring aimlessly at the highly secure brass door lock. Even the bright summer day feels exceptionally bleak, losing the comforting energy that I constantly seek. Preserving the fruit inside a collection of tightly sealed jars, gazing upward at the remarkably indifferent twinkling stars, wiping my damp forehead with the checkered cotton sleeve, still struggling to process why you decided to leave. The soil is fertile, but my internal spirit is completely dry, letting out an incredibly long, exhausted and heavy sigh. Basket is full, heart feels the pull, sugar and pain, crying in vain. Guava blue singing a melancholy agricultural song, wondering exactly where this relationship went so wrong. Mixing the culinary sweetness with a highly bitter tear, living completely trapped inside this lonely atmosphere. The harvest is bountiful, but my soul is completely starved, looking at your initials that we permanently carved. No amount of sugar can properly sweeten a broken vow. I am entirely consumed by this agonizing sadness now. Let the unpicked fruit fall softly onto the overgrown weed. I am lacking the essential romantic nourishment I need. Taste the sweet, feel the sting, empty porch, broken ring. Oh, I'm guava blue singing the melancholic agricultural song, wondering exactly where this relationship went so wrong. Mixing the culinary sweetness with the highly bitter tear, living completely trapped inside this lonely atmosphere. The harvest is bountiful, but my soul
initials that we permanently carve. Sun goes down, orchard sleeps, lowly farm softly weeps. Tiny seeds blowing across the heavily polluted intersection, finding the miraculous, unlikely space for pure perfection. Sprouting bravely through the cracks of the industrial pavement, defying the heavy machinery and the urban enslavement. Reaching upward toward the sliver of available sunlight, fighting a remarkably quiet, incredibly persistent fight.
Smog is choking the heavily congested metropolitan air, but this botanical miracle is growing entirely without despair. Pedestrians are stepping blindly over the vibrant
Yellow petal,
a fragile organism surviving amidst the cold,
rusted metal,
drinking the oily contaminated runoff from the gutter, making the cynical hardened city dwellers quietly mutter. Roots push down under the town stem, stand straight, conquering fate. Concrete flower blooming miraculously in the rigid zone, proving that true beauty can absolutely grow from stone. Standing out brilliantly against the monotonous gray skyline, offering a profoundly inspiring, wonderfully biological sign. Resilience is woven directly into your microscopic cellular core, opening an impossible, previously locked natural door. Bulldozers threatening to flatten the developing delicate leaf, but your mere existence provides a monumental visual relief, vibrating gently whenever the subterranean subway trains pass. A tiny oasis of life consisting of a single blade of grass, ignoring the toxic fumes emitting from the exhaust pipe, waiting patiently until the exact moment is completely right. Monochrome landscapes desperately need your fluorescent hue, showing the neighborhood something incredibly fresh and new. Surviving the harsh freezing fogs to the bitter midwinter, acting as a tiny yet incredibly powerful biological splinter. Nature will continuously find a clever, unconventional way, paving over the earth will only work for a temporary day. Your roots push down under the town stem, stand straight, conquering fate. Concrete flower blooming miraculously in the rigid zone, proving that true beauty can absolutely grow from stone. Standing out brilliantly against the monotonous gray skyline, offering a profoundly inspiring, wonderfully biological sign. Resilience is woven directly into your microscopic cellular core, opening an impossible, previously locked natural door. The earth, we are witnessing a quiet, incredibly spectacular rebirth. Even the harshest environment
mind harbors a hidden soft grace, occupying this extremely hostile, incredibly unlikely space. Push through, reach high, ignore the gray, touch the sky. Concrete flower blooming miraculously in the rigid zone, proving that true beauty can absolutely grow from stone. Standing out brilliantly against the monotonous gray skyline, offering a profoundly inspiring, wonderfully biological sign. Resilience is woven directly into your microscopic cellular core, opening an impossible, previously locked natural door. Battles unfold in the street. Life always wins, never retreat. Walking through the glowing avenues of holographic light, bypassing the facial recognition cameras of the night, uploading conscious algorithms straight into the mainframe, refusing to participate within the simulated game. Billboards flashing heavily with artificial corporate smiles, downloading the ancient wisdom from the hidden encrypted files, plugging my connector directly into the underground grid, uncovering the ugly truths the politicians proudly hid, typing out a revolutionary code upon the keyboard, dismantling the power of the technological overload. Optical fibers transmitting the heavily rebellious spark, illuminating the incredibly oppressive cybernetic dark. Pixels start to blend, signals that we send, matrix starts to crack. We are taking back neon Zion, thinking brightly in the virtual domain, breaking every single digital and algorithmic chain, finding pure spirituality inside the gigabyte, merging our organic souls with fluorescent synthetic light, constructing a paradise within the motherboard circuitry, achieving a monumental, unprecedented online liberty. Drones are patrolling the heavily restricted upper airspace, but they cannot eradicate the human spirit from this place. Broadcasting a pirate radio signal through the firewall, watching the incredibly massive tech monopoly empire fall, encrypting the passwords to unlock the universal truth, inspiring the heavily marginalized cyberpunk youth. Avatars are marching proudly down the virtual boulevard, evading the incredibly strict robotic security guard. Metallic hearts are beating with the surprisingly warm pulse, rejecting a societal programming that feels deeply false, wiring our collective consciousness into a singular node, walking courageously down this newly illuminated road. Pixels start to blend, signals that we send, matrix starts to crack. We are taking back neon Zion, thinking brightly in the virtual domain, breaking every single digital and algorithmic chain, finding pure spirituality inside the gigabyte, merging our organic souls with fluorescent synthetic light, constructing a paradise within the motherboard circuitry, achieving monumental, unprecedented online liberty. we are retaining our magnificent biological control. Let the servers overheat and let the monitors completely fry. Our organic destiny is written boldly across the real sky. Hack the core, cut the wire, neon dreams catching fire. Needle vine, blinking brightly in the virtual domain, breaking every single digital and algorithmic chain. Finding pure spirituality inside the gigabyte, merging our organic souls with fluorescent synthetic light, constructing a paradise within the motherboard circuitry, achieving a monumental, unprecedented online Snorkeling gently above the magnificent pink polyps, fascinated by the symbiotic, delicate marine relationships, observing the anemone swaying perfectly in the shallow tide, where the tiny neon-colored clownfish playfully hide, filtering the pure sunlight through the turquoise clear bay, preserving this ecological masterpiece in every possible way. Guarding the fragile calcium structures from the anchor's drop, ensuring the destructive, careless human interference will stop. Swimming effortlessly alongside the graceful ancient sea turtle, jumping over every single environmental hazardous hurdle, appreciating the stunning biodiversity of the living reef, finding immense therapeutic and undeniable emotional relief. Fins are gliding slow, watch the flora glow, protecting what we see. Perfect harmony, coral jewels sparkling vibrantly beneath the glassy surface, serving a highly important and ecologically vital purpose, embracing the responsibility to keep the habitat pristine, witnessing the most spectacular, breathtaking underwater scene. Our love is deeply rooted like the spectacular living sponge, taking a simultaneous, completely dedicated romantic plunge, documenting the incredibly rare spotted stingray passing by, reflecting the beautiful azure tint of the tropical sky, nurturing the aquatic garden with the passionate, tender care, realizing that this spectacular ecosystem is phenomenally rare, cleaning the microscopic debris from the branching, fragile arms, protecting the territory from all potential looming harms, floating weightlessly within this magnificent, salty embrace, occupying a wonderfully vibrant, entirely magical space. Kelp forest dancing rhythmically to the ocean's gentle hum, listening to the remarkably subtle, natural underwater drum, translating the silent poetry of the diverse aquatic life, eradicating any unnecessary mainland terrestrial strife. Fins are gliding slow, watch the flora glow, protecting what we see. Perfect harmony, hey, hey. Cold jewels sparkling vibrantly beneath the glassy surface, serving a highly important and ecologically vital purpose, embracing the the responsibility to keep the habitat pristine. Witnessing the most spectacular, breathtaking underwater scene. Our love is deeply rooted like the spectacular living sponge, taking a simultaneous, completely dedicated romantic plunge. Shield this invaluable oceanic treasure. The beauty contained herein is entirely beyond human measure. If we nurture the environment, it will surely nurture us back, keeping this biological, magnificent wonderland perfectly on track. Dive deep, swim near, water clean, vision clear. Coral jewels sparkling vibrantly beneath the glassy surface, serving a highly important and ecologically vital purpose. Embracing the responsibility to keep the habitat pristine. Witnessing the most spectacular, breathtaking underwater scene. Our love is deeply rooted like the spectacular living sponge, taking a simultaneous, completely dedicated romantic plunge. Protect the reef, love the sea, coral shines for you and me. Polishing the leather dancing shoes until they absolutely shine, stepping completely over the boring, restrictive, invisible line. Entering the crowded dance hall with a remarkably fierce intent, ensuring that every single ounce of my kinetic energy is spent. Skirts are flying dangerously high with every sudden rapid twirl, becoming the most unstoppable, fiercely energetic, confident girl.
Adjusting the brim of my incredibly stylish vintage fedora hat, moving across the floorboard quicker than a frightened alley cat.
Wearing a remarkably sharp, highly tailored black and white suit, kicking a phenomenal rhythm with my heavy steel-toed boot.
Sweat is pouring heavily down my deeply exhausted
smiling face,
keeping the ridiculously fast, phenomenally demanding
upbeat pace. Horns are blowing loud, jumping in the crowd, tempo running hot, giving all we got. Golden skank demanding every single person to get up and move, caught entirely within this phenomenally aggressive, happy groove, bouncing incredibly high up on the heavily scuffed wooden floor, screaming at the exhausted band to play a little something more. Music is the absolute best medicine for a phenomenally heavy heart, tearing the incredibly boring, mundane reality completely apart.
Spinning my exhausted partner with a highly coordinated
dizzy spin,
refusing to let the incredibly miserable whirly
problems win.
The snare drum is cracking violently like a heavily whipped blast,
Watching the phenomenally loud,
brilliantly
shiny cymbals crash,
adrenaline is flooding rapidly to my entirely
frantic vein,
ignoring the incredibly sharp, wonderfully physical
muscle pain. Heels are clicking furiously, exactly upon the syncopated beat, generating a phenomenally intense, remarkably localized heat. Catching my ragged breath during a remarkably brief saxophone solo, dipping incredibly fast, dangerously and spectacularly deeply low. The entire room is vibrating from the incredibly massive sound, lifting my tired feet completely off the heavily stomped ground. Horns are blowing loud, jumping in the crowd, tempo running hot, give giving all we got. Lord and skank, demanding every single person to get up and move. Caught entirely within this phenomenally aggressive, happy groove, bouncing incredibly high up on the heavily scuffed wooden floor, screaming at the exhausted band to play it a little something more. Music is the absolute best medicine for a phenomenally heavy heart, tearing the incredibly boring, mundane reality completely apart. Love, love, oh yeah. Nobody is permitted to stand completely still inside this sacred hall. We will absolutely continue to dance until we physically trip and fall. Let the incredibly rapid upstroke eliminate the societal depression. Engaging in this phenomenon